Welcome back to my channel. I'm Lotus, Lotus the Sage. I appreciate your time, so thank you for being here. Today we have another pick a card, and today's pick a card is going to be your hug from Spirit. What kind of spiritual hug do you need right now from Spirit? So for pile 1, we have this option for you to choose. Pile 2. Pile 3. So as you take a second to focus on whichever card might be calling to you, I'll let you know what we're going to cover in this reading today. We're going to look into why you need the hug, the lesson behind the why of this hug, how it played out or what happened, what you've gained or what you will gain, what to expect moving forward, and your advice. So I will see you, my beautiful collective, at your choice. Welcome, my pal 1. Okay, let's spread out your cards and see what kind of hug you need or why you need a hug. Okay, my pile 1, let's see why you need a hug from Spirit. So the choice that you picked was freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. And your second card, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. The first 3 words they gave me: breakup, separation, parting of ways. There is a new opportunity for freedom being available, is available to you now. It may feel like an unwelcome sense of freedom, but what is necessary for right now? They're giving me a sense of feeling lost, even in familiar places, with familiar people. I'm not sure if some of you are debating leaving a situation, whatever that may be. That's what it feels like the strongest. Or this has just occurred. I'm feeling Spirit is giving you this hug, obviously, because of this dilemma within your spirit. I really do feel like I'm trying to tap into any other possibilities or frequencies that this will allow, and they just keep bringing me to that sense of I'm seeing a vision of a person thinking and contemplating and almost paralysis. Wow, analysis paralysis, and overly concerned about how you might be viewed or perceived or looked upon afterwards. And Spirit's really saying that you need to be true to yourself and allow yourself to do what your heart and soul is really nudging you to do. Try to stop pushing that down in fear of anything external. Why they say the path is clear if you want it to be. Freedom is available. Okay, let's see the lesson behind this why. Why this is happening, why Spirit's giving you a hug. Guardian Spirit, beautiful. It's a new deck of mine. And hidden fears. Your spirit guides are saying, step out from what is known to what is unknown. Allow fear to be your sidekick and not the main event. I hope that makes sense. I'm really getting a sense of allow your, like they're telling me allow yourself to fly. Like that's what they're saying. It's time for you to step out from behind your own shadow and face the world, is how they said it. And they're saying it in the world of possibilities, within yourself and without. The guardian spirit talks to us about unconditional love and reminding you that it's never lost. You haven't been forgotten. Because those everlasting bonds vibrate, throughout all time. Your guides are with you. Communicate with them. Animals might be significant for comfort. As you are in this sort of analysis paralysis, Spirit is asking you to naturally bring awareness to your fears and try to allow them to show you its true purpose and help you find a greater self-understanding and growth. Freedom is available for you. Nothing is stopping you. But don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do. That's why they say to sit with it. Understand what the purpose of that fear is for you. And then try to move forward. Okay, let's see how it played out. What happened? We have Teach with the Hierophant. Well, it's the Hierophant. We have, I'll just show you uprights. I think that's kind of annoying. New Vitality, which is the Ace of Wands in the reverse. We have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, challenging times. Sorry, New Vitality and Teach, if I didn't say that. And you have the Nine of Wands in the reversed, rest and reconsider. And then the Two of Cups in the reverse, coming together. So for some, they're bringing me back to what I had channeled in the beginning. I think I said something like this was an unwelcome freedom, and this row is bringing to my attention that there's a very great possibility for at least 80% of you who picked this pile that this wasn't necessarily a choice you made. Doesn't feel that way anyways. It feels like this was put on you, and what you're thinking about is the hows, the why, when did this happen, what did I miss, what should I do? That's for some of you now. They're bringing me to that energy also. So what you have with the Hierophant, what I'm feeling here is this union, this marriage, this connection, this understanding of where you were or where it started. The lack of vitality, meaning there was no passion in this dynamic anymore, depending on whose perspective I'm picking up here, but they're just giving me the perspective of what happened. You know, I'm not sure whose perspective this is from. It could be both or just the bigger picture. Then, which is interesting, they're giving me with the challenging times in the reverse, was there was no fight, you know, for each other. There was no pushback in a healthy way. I feel like every relationship or dynamic needs a little bit of pushback. Not everything should be agreeable, in my opinion, right off the bat, in other words. Like there should be a way to healthily convince or explain somebody's perspective and be like, I never thought about it that way, you know, and having that, that's what the energy that they're making me feel with this Five of Pentacles in the reverse, challenging times. Like there was nothing No, there was no fight. That's really what it is. There was no fight for this to keep it. You know, there was no consideration. There was no thinking about it. There's no rest about it. It was just like done. And then there was no coming together. That Two of Cups, the connection finished. Like all of your cards are really echoing to that, considering that the only upright card is that Hierophant card. You know? I'm sorry for this feeling I'm feeling for you. And I know that they said there's an opportunity for you to step into this freedom, even though it's not welcomed. It's needed right now. So, oh man, I'm sorry guys. Okay, let's get some clarifiers on each card. Okay, my lovelies, over the Hierophant, we have the Four of Cups. Over the Ace of Wands in reverse, we have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Over challenging times, we have the Tower. Over Nine of Wands in reverse, we have the Lovers. Over Two of Cups in the reverse, we have Death in the reverse. This reading is so interesting for me. So my viewer, they're giving me now, when I was talking about, I wasn't sure whose energy they were telling me about, or talking from, I should say. And I said that they're giving me the bigger picture, or the outside, the objective point of view. And they're saying, my spirit guide anyways, is saying to me that there was already a sense of discontent and boredom within the connection. My viewer felt it, but didn't think it was, I don't know how to put it. It was something that was wanted, this freedom. Innately wanted, even though this person may not have consciously really thought about moving away or separating and actually doing it. Underneath it, there was a vibration of being dissatisfied. That's what they're telling me. And the Eight of Wands, again, that lack of vitality, lack of communication, no speed, things getting halted, challenging times, no effort, Tower moment. Things just started to crumble. Wanting to restore this energy of the Lovers and to reconsider, still feeling hopeful that this can come back together. That's where your energy is now. And I think that's why I came back to that paralysis analysis. Analysis paralysis, whatever, you know? It's because it's like, what's happening? How do I do this? How do I get something back again, or step into this actual sense of freedom? This is a very interesting energy. And then you have the Hanged Man underneath, which is, again, a pause, looking for a new perspective. Is it possible to redeem this? Five of Swords in the reverse, possibility. The Hermit back in again to solitude. Ace of Swords back into truth. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. So again, there's always room for change and movement, right? But in this moment now, and I think that's why they kept emphasizing what is needed right now is this freedom for you, is take the space. In whatever way that this is playing out for you, in this sense of freedom, they're asking you to take this space right now and really, for yourself, reconsider. Not allowing, like reconsider the allowance, I should say, of this separation, breakup, parting of ways, and however this plays out for you. Okay, let's see what will be gained, or what has been gained during this process. I'm not gonna butcher her name, so I'll leave that for you. Zhao. It says, the mystic of peace. I am peace. When my mind is clear, the way is clear. This Zhao is bringing us back to the hidden fear, right? Of asking yourself to find the purpose and sit with it. We can't solve a problem from the chaotic mind. So allow yourself to find that clarity within, meaning the purpose. What is the fear? What were we clinging on to? Were you really discontent, dissatisfied? Was this something that you were actually unconsciously wishing for? That's for you to decide. And this is also talking about your meditation, which is that hanged man, the art of stillness, of doing nothing, of trusting in the forces of life that exists within all of us and everything. And it's asking you to come out of your past or current state of mind and sit in the stillness of the present. That's what you're gaining. Again, coming back to the allowance of this space. It's needed. Let's see what else you've gained or will be gaining. Lalita, the red goddess. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to light. There's a beautiful sense of like sitting still and then stepping into that freedom. You know, that freedom energy of like, let me embrace this gap I have right now, the play in the void, play in that liminal space, play in that unknown. She also talks about clarity or answers arriving once you disengage with whatever created the chaos, which is what Spirit has been saying. Step into that space. And she's asking you to let go of your grip, you know, because we want to cling on to the things that we love and that we desire naturally. There's nothing wrong with that. But this again is asking you for, it is needed for you to release. Be imaginative, be playful. Find that childlike mind again. Explore curiosity. Curiosity about the hidden fears. Again, back to that purpose. What is the fear about? Why do I have this fear? Was I really thinking this? Was this something that I actually wanted? Is this something that I actually want to maintain? It's asking you to hold it lightly instead of holding it tightly. It's all of this energy. She's asking you to find the lighter side of the situation also, as difficult as that might be. Let go of the seriousness of the feeling, if possible. Pave your path with divine joy and divine play. Let go of the hurt or the overthinking. Okay, let's see. Well, this is what you're gaining, right? That perspective, that lightness, to be able to hold on lightly, not tightly, to find that inner peace, to be still, to recognize what it is that is creating this, that has, I should say, about both energies, however many energies are involved, have created this need for space. Okay, let's see what to expect. Again, this is a snapshot. So we have fly, a period of ill health or depression. So this is where we're coming from in the beginning here, right? If we stay in this energy, we might end up again, like we talked about, that overthinking, that anxiety, that depression of the mind, you know, too much. Let go and release it. The dog, protection from a powerful friend. Somebody may intervene. Spirit is what I feel like is intervening, honestly. Weeping willow, family sorrow. Again, I understand. I really do feel like this is a breakup of some kind, like between people. And there's like so many layers of, hence why I was talking about in the beginning of like thinking about everything else around, what will people think and all this stuff. I feel like this is where this energy is leading me to. Then Stork, news of a birth or new business opportunity. So again, I feel like this is it feels like it's emphasizing just the after effects of what's still continuing, you know? Because this is really what's to be gained, but what to expect moving forward. It's more of this. It's like you might be a little find it difficult to step out of this, but hopefully this protection from a powerful friend will lighten some of that and allow some of this play. I guess the acknowledgement, or whomever you have to tell about this separation, is the sorrow, you know, in some degree. But again, freedom, news of a birth, or I feel like a new opportunity in general, something new to step forward to. It can be business, it can be somebody in the family having a birth, and this for you might bring in a little bit of sorrow because of the disconnection from whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it's just stuff that's just gonna sort of, I guess, be present while you're moving through these energies. And then flag, all perfect. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. I freaking love that as your final. That's what it is, my friend. It's like it's an extended energy of what the residual effects of what's already played out is what I feel like, or what's already played out or in the verge of playing out. And moving forward, again, it's the lingering side effects of this energy still, because you're learning how to process it, right? What's to be gained is being able to sit with it and finding the light side of it, because you're no longer going to be tempted to lower your standards. Again, sacrificing, not necessarily an unwanted sacrifice, let's say, but it's now like, there's certain parts of me that I maybe have allowed myself to not nurture enough because I was nurturing someone else, and forgot a little bit about me. You know, it's for in only being true to yourself that you can be true to others, and I think that's really what you're gaining here. Beautiful. Your closing messages, my lovelies, is the self. How perfect. So it's coming back to yourself, centering yourself, grounding, reconnecting with self, your playfulness, your goddess energy, true authenticity, vulnerability, understanding your hidden fears, conquering and moving through them regardless, recognizing that the path is clear and nothing has been stopping you. Everything's been supporting and guiding you and giving you what you've been asking for, which is that true sense of self, identity, and purpose in some degree. A reawakening of your spirit, of your shine, is how they just said it. I love that. They just said this is rebirth number 3. Interesting. For some, it's the beginning of the 4th. Wow, wow, wow. I love this for you, my beautiful collective of Pile 1. I hope you feel the hug from Spirit. I hope that you know that they are supporting you in whatever choice that you choose to do. Just be conscious of what it is you're doing and the whys behind what you're doing. But they are asking you very heavily to allow the space and look at it in a lighter perspective and not feel so heavy in that depressive energy or repressed emotional energy that keeps you in this cycle of pushing you into this fear energy. You know? My lovelies, I'm sending you the most amount of love. I'm giving you the biggest hug. Till next time, I love you so much. Ciao. Welcome, my pal 2. Let's spread out your cards and see what or why you need a hug from Spirit. All right, my pile 2s, let's see why you need a hug from Spirit. The card you chose. A message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with love. Wow. Your love fills me with light. I love you. And then your second card. Passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. The strongest energy I'm getting first is literally missing someone. Like, and it feels more specifically like a romantic partner. Like, yes, a romantic partner. This is a romantic type of love. It feels more like you guys might be at a distance than in separation per se. Like, I feel, for some, the connection feels very strong with whomever this person that you're missing, because it does feel like a person, not a thing or situation. There's a possibility for a small percentage of you, this has to do with a passed on loved one. Spirit's saying that you're missing their touch, their embrace, their scent, their energy, the laughter we share. Maybe it is for some of you guys that this is a full separation or a person that has passed on. I just heard I want to feel that kind of love again. Okay, let's see the lesson behind this why, like why this is happening for you to need this hug. We have release and renewal. Whoa. And cutting cords. Wow, so this is a... Whoa. So maybe the strength that I'm feeling in the connection is how you feel so connected to this person or thing. And why Spirit is saying that the lesson is to cut this cord, this sort of codependency on the emotion or on the person. There is a need to release this, to renew this, or to renew yourself, the situation, or step into something new. They're saying the old passion needs to be poured out so that you can actually see clearly and look what you've been putting in the cup. Metaphorically, of course. If this has to do with a passed on loved one, they're acknowledging that they understand that it feels like there's a part of you that's missing, a part, like, again, that longing to feel something again, to the embrace, the energy, the touch. But they're saying that if you keep the focus there too long, too much, you're going to start to miss out on the joys on this earthly plane. Nothing from the past is truly ever really lost, regardless, even if you remain present here now. It's the retrieval of your spirit and the self-perception. And I think whomever this might be from, because they're giving me, it's a stronger energy of passed on loved ones. So again, take the energies, I'm just following their lead. They're reminding you of your passion for life again. Don't forget about the joy. There's a magnetic quality and seductive quality around you. So enjoy it. Don't put your thoughts, or don't put so much effort or energy into them. They're what they're saying. And they're asking you to reclaim your power by lovingly serving, by lovingly severing the energetic cords and ties that keep you stuck on a subconscious or conscious level. That's why it's necessary for this release and renewal. That's why Spirit's here to give you a hug, to know that you're not alone. The love never really dies. The memory of them is still there. In whatever capacity, even if this is not a passed on loved one, just an energy that is passed from your life even. Just no longer in your sphere. It's asking you to release, to reconnect, to renew. So Spirit is really trying to help you release some of the grief, is what I'm getting. Okay, my collective, let's see how this this played out for you. Like, what happened? We have the Eight of Wands in the reverse, success and growth. We have the Empress, nurture. We have the Six of Water, Six of Cups, simply love in the reverse. We have the Chariot, move in the reverse. And we have the third chakra. We have the third eye chakra in the reverse. They're really talking to me more specifically for you about there is a knowing within you, though. There was a knowing that something was not growing, was not going to last much longer or going to be sustainable for much longer. It can have a very heavy mother or female energy that might be the one that's coming through for you or has to do with. It feels like you've been knocked out of balance, where the stagnancy or a halt in your life has been in some way. And I feel like some of you might be a little bit, how would I word this? Like spiritually angry. Like angry at spirit or at source because of the grief. Because I don't feel like this is like, it's either you're cutting it off, blocking off that intuition, but it really feels like you're upset about why this energy is no longer a part of your life. And there's a sense of needing to blame something for now, because that is a part of the process, in all fairness, you know? And right now your blame has been put towards spirit. And they don't blame you. They understand where the grief is coming from. But they come back to remind you that the love is never ever really gone, regardless of you remaining here on this earthly plane. So don't forget about the joy, the passion, the energetic quality that surrounds you. Release so you can reconnect to renew. If this doesn't have to do with a passed on loved one, if we're talking about a relationship dynamic in particular, that's the person is still present in this third density, similar energy of there was a lack of growth or a lack of effort, I should say, and communication when it came to nurturing this particular dynamic or relationship. There was no balance, there was stagnation, and there was no longer an intuitive attention to each other. You know, like sort of knowing somebody's, I don't know if you've ever had that experience of knowing somebody so well, roommate, lover, family, that you know the sound of their walk, you know where they're coming from, what their day might be like, you know, that intuitive knowing. There's something about that energy that was or is no longer present. You know, and that is what has created this need for release and renewal, to cut the cord, to step back into your power, to reignite your own passion, to know that the love does not die. Okay, let's see what let's get some clarifiers, get some more energies on what's happening here. So what we have here is the Five of Cups over the Eight of Wands in the reverse. We have the Three of Wands in reverse over the Empress, or nurture. We have the Four of Swords over simply love, which is Six of Cups in the reverse. We have the King of Wands in the reverse over the Chariot in the reverse. And we have the Seven of Swords in the reverse over the third eye chakra in the reverse. So what I'm getting from this energy, I feel like that this loss of and disappointment of there not being a feeling of an opportunity for things to get better. You've been really thinking about how to mend or fix the situation or bring it back into balance. How to reignite the passion within this instead of thinking about how to reignite the passion within you. That's what they just said. And you haven't thought about, they're asking you to reconsider your strategy, because the strategy that you're thinking about now will not be successful. It will not yield the results that you're looking for, is how they worded it. Because there's certain things emotionally that still need to be understood. Again, coming back to reigniting or reclaiming your power. Because they're saying like there's nothing was stolen or taken from you. That's how they're saying it. And your emotional perspective on it is part of the emotional cord that might need to be cut. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, the Knight of Swords in the reverse, the Nine of Swords upright, Three of Cups, Five of Pentacles. Yeah, like there's this energy about it that feels like I'm trying so hard to do everything on the outside to fix what might be wrong. You know, like everything I can. But Spirit's saying you're missing the picture. You're missing the lesson in some way. So release to renew. Remember who you are. And it's not a display of you being or you lacking in empathy or in emotion. It's just, what do you need to do to carry on and maintain that love energy you felt with whomever, whatever that was. There is no separation when it comes to love energy. Reprogram that thinking. I really do feel like it's more of a time for you to reassess what's happening within you, for you to know how to move forward confidently. Yeah, again, strategy needs to be renegotiated. You need to relook at that strategy because they want you to succeed, and the way that you might be approaching it now won't, again, yield the results that you're looking for. Okay, what will be gained? Or what has been gained through all of this? Machig, Ladran, the diamond-hearted Dakini. I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. Yep. Again, it's clear the air, break the chain, step into the darkness of the situation. That moon energy, you know, to sit in those feelings and to recognize what really needs to be cut here. What have I been holding on to too tightly? She's a transmuter of darkness into lightness. She understands the difference between God and demon. It's a perspective. It's our reaction to them. Those who cause us pain teach us patience, whereas those who bring us gifts can distract us from our spiritual path. It's a reminder, she's a reminder, that no one and nothing can divert you from your spiritual path, no single thing, unless you choose to. She's a reminder that the power rests within you. She is the goddess deity who becomes intimate with her inner demons. The thoughts and secrets and beliefs that keeps you from experiencing joy, bliss, and pure love. Cutting those cords that are not necessary, release to renew. And she's saying to feed your demons not with fear, but with love, with acknowledgement, to bring life and light into it to set you free. They're asking you, is there an ego belief that you're ready to release? Yes. Yes, there is. And what else? We have Lakshmi, beautiful. The goddess of abundance. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. So she is the goddess, Lakshmi is a reminder of the abundance that one can gain, create, and be once our everyday actions are in alignment with our desires. It's to know, to understand, to have a goal. That's the meaning of her name. And she reminds you of the true goal is not about material things, but about being able to know one's true bliss. What makes us feel lit up? What glows us up? What makes us shine? And what work is it that doesn't feel like work? She's a wink to that. Put your focus and your passions there. True abundance comes from a state of mind. So allow your mind to cut those cords to step into that frame of abundant mindset and become more love. Beautiful. Okay, let's see where this energy is leading you to. Let's say if the energies don't shift or where there's some sort of lingering residual energy. Let's see. We have older woman. Dealings or relationship with an older woman. Again, we had echoed to that. It felt like a female energy if it was a passed on loved one in particular, but it can also have to do with a relationship. August might be significant. Name or month could be associated with birthdays or when this person passed or the separation. December. So, and maybe anywhere between August and December. Like maybe there was their birthdays in one of these months and then possibly the funeral, or you got together at one time and you broke up at another month. You use those months as they apply. Then crown, honor and respect will come to you. And I feel that's after you recognize your power. When we were talking about looking for things on the external, when you come back to sitting within the self, again, remembering your power and your prowess and your power is what I wanted to say. And the heart, look at that. Love, deep affection, and caring. It all returns. That's the forward motion of this energy, and that's what whoever this energy is speaking to you from, either the passed on loved one or your higher self or the person that you might be wanting to connect with or that you have been energetically connected to, is saying this to you, like this too will pass. In other words, your passion is here and you will find that true bliss, that true love, that full love, but this process is necessary. You have to go through this release and renewal and the cutting of the cords in some degree. Oh, my beautiful collective, let's see what your final messages are moving forward now that we know all of this beautiful information. Oh, look at that. Two of Water. Talk about connection, love, choice, compromise, compatibility, tenderness, sensuality, love, deep affection, and caring. This is where this all leads to. You gain all of this perspective, finding the abundance within self, feeding your own personal demons from love, and then it rebirths you quite literally. That's the renewal, that connection. And that can be with self, but it really, like I said, this really felt at the very beginning like a romantic person. So I feel like there's a big flip-flop between maybe two energies are coming through. Maybe there's two people who are coming through for you specifically, and they're just piggybacking off of each other. So my beautiful collective, I hope that was helpful. I hope you felt that hug from spirit. I am giving you the biggest hug. I love you. I'm sending you the most amount of love. Until next time, keep watering your lives. Ciao. Welcome, my pile 3. Let's spread out your cards and see why you need a hug from spirit. All right, my beautiful pile 3s. Let's see why you need this hug from spirit. What's happening? So the card that you chose, forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too short and too precious to waste. You're creative. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. And the second card, beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. I'm getting a sense of, first of all, the most direct I'm getting is an argument, a disagreement, unsettled energies. And also I'm getting a sense of forgiving oneself. I'm feeling a lot of playback in the head, like, why did I say that? Why did I do that? Shoot. There's a lot of that talk in the brain, in the mind. It's also spirits wanting to, I guess, bring to your attention through this event or situation that there's always a way to remedy something within self. You know, so even if the opportunity does not come up for you to be able to literally, physically, apologize or, embrace somebody and forgive, and with forgiveness, there's still that essence of how do I forgive within myself? Forgive the scenario, forgive what I said, rectify what I can in any way that I can, and move forward and step forward better informed. Let's see what you're learning, or why, I should say, the lesson behind the why. Like, what are you learning? You have the shapeshifter. And selfhood. Intuitively, what I'm feeling first is an ask of you to transform, and also the belief in your strength and ability to be with oneself. They just said to me, alone may be a triggering word for some. So can you perceive it as being with yourself? A sense of sitting within and knowing who you are on an individual level, so that the connections in your life can be more filling to some degree. And again, when we're talking about this forgiveness, maybe there is, it feels like a theme of the readings I've particularly picked up on, a lot of like separation, breakup energy, or pauses. Long pauses or necessary hiatuses. There's a strong collective energy in all 3 readings I've done so far. And I've done your pile on a different day. It's very interesting. So the shapeshifter, asks you to leave your comfort zone. Push yourself into the unknown, which I think for you is about this selfhood. And it's saying that if you push towards that, you might find the remedies you need, the medicine you need, so to speak, to move forward. So allow yourself to transition, allow yourself to shift, to transform within whatever this pause is, whatever this with self time is. It's allowing yourself to change your perspective, to challenge your past beliefs, and to find your own remedy of forgiveness in some way, which will lead you into this powerful doorway, of selfhood, the discoveries of multitude of things. You're ready to take on something new. This is why this pause is probably naturally occurring. And it will bring you the blessings you're seeking, and it will, again, step you forward in what you've actually been desiring, what you've actually been desiring. This expansion, this transmutation of self, this farsightedness, So this is what the lesson is. This forgiveness of self, forgiveness of the situation, forgiveness either of its ending or of its departure or of its pause. Allow yourself to shift into the self, technically. Okay, beautiful. Let's see what happened. How did this play out? What was going on, or is? It feels like it was, but let's see. We have Two of Swords, refusing to see. The crown chakra in the reverse. Seek the truth, Seven of Swords. Three of Wands in the reverse, take the lead. And Seven of Wands, choose your battles. Okay, so how they worded it anyways was, for my viewer, it feels like either you ignored, refused to see, didn't want to think the negative of a situation that had been happening for a while. Sort of, they worded it as in refusing to trust your intuition about what was happening behind the curtain, is how they worded it. There was sort of sneaky behavior happening, a shadow aspect of the shapeshifter, And it created, how do I word this? It almost feels like if this had been a situation that had been brought up before, like an energy that was similar or something that had been brought up in the past before and it had been occurring again, and you chose this time not to say anything or to trust it, or because maybe you had been gaslit before, said that you were overreacting or it was unfounded in some way. It feels now that you didn't act on that, you didn't act on whatever it is that you were doubting, you were intuitively feeling that was off. And then you chose not to speak. You chose not to fight that particular battle. That's what it feels like off the bat first. Yeah, you stepped away, and I think energetically why I feel like you're stepping into this selfhood of releasing or embracing this pause or this whatever, this opportunity technically, to step into something new, which is the selfhood. And energetically, you were ready for that. So I think that's partially why you didn't fight for it. You're like, well, I know this person. I know the character now. I don't really need to, but I think you're still in somewhat of a denial of it, because I naturally, I still feel like you were affected by this and hurt, but I feel deep down like you knew. This is interesting. Let's get some clarifiers. So over the Two of Swords, refusing to see, we have the Ace of Wands. Over the crown chakra, we have the Four of Wands. Over the Seven of Swords, we have the Chariot in reverse. Over the Three of Wands in reverse, we have Death. And over Seven of Wands, we have Three of Swords. So it's reinforcing what we've just discussed, in my opinion. Choosing not to act on this whatever connection, partnership, marriage in particular it's really bringing you to, but however this dynamic was for you, not taking action on what you knew was true, what you saw behind the curtain. Again, a death to any forward movement in this connection. Three of Swords, still, again, heartbroken by the actions, right? And by the ending of this, the Eight of Cups, needing to walk away. Like, it's all of it saying it's completed, or it is finished. The cycle is done. It's just the lingering emotional energies of what needs to be forgiven within self and within the dynamic. This was not a waste of time, they just said. The Hierophant in the reverse. Yeah, going into that Nine of Pentacles. That selfhood. That's my single, sexy, confident card. Ready to step into this beautiful newness, but still needing to learn how to forgive oneself for whatever failure you might feel that this attributes to your personality somehow, or your character. This is not a failure. This is a growth period. Literally everybody's going through these spiritual growing pains right now. I mean, everybody. That's what it feels like happened. Again, I still feel like there was like still an underlying want for this to work out. And I think that might have been it. You were willing to ignore some of the downfalls or the red flags just to sustain it in some way. That may not have been a strong thought, but it could have been a very tethering thought. Okay, let's see what you've gained or what you will gain from this scenario. Rabia, the Queen of Saintly Women. I am in service of divine love. I move the way love asks me to move. Talk about shapeshifter, hey? Oh, that's lovely. She's like this beautiful energy of that rare true love that simply just seeks love, and that's that selfhood, that love of self, and that genuine love of life, of everything, of everyone. They're asking you to put all of your motivations in moving through life from a state of love. That's your main goal. So that you can reach that self-realization of that selfhood, of that oneness within self. She's a reminder that love for the sake of loving, just for the sake of loving, allows the divine to act through you, through us. So forgive yourself. Forgive the situation. Embrace the love that was given, that was shared. Take what you need to fill your cup and continue your journey of unconditional, rare, just simply loving. Oh, that's so sweet. And what else? Sorry about this. Amaterasu, the goddess of light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. This is literally the same thing here, why you're needing this hug. This is what you've gained, right? Beware of what you're projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are both qualities you possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Mirrors reflecting back the same light. So love the self, forgive the self, understand the self. She is that energy that embodies bringing you out of the darkness and stepping you into your light, into the light. It's this cave period, this shadow, this pause is essential, right? And I feel, like I said in the beginning, it feels like a past energy. And I feel like you've been through, or you've been sitting in this cave for a minute. She wants you to step into your light with curiosity, into the deep understanding of self with that childlike mind. And she's mainly talking about like hiding your own personal light. And if the dynamic or the situation has been, to a degree, snuffing out your light, it's not a full expression of you. So there's a time for you. This is the time for you, for this selfhood, for this shining of you, to take yourself as the priority, to make yourself the priority, and to remind yourself that stepping out back into life to get re-inspired might reignite your own light. Again, that curiosity. And they're also asking you to remind yourself of laughter, even if it's just a memory of thinking of like, who would I like to make laugh right now? Or who would I like to see laugh? Or whose laugh would I like to hear? Have that as a memory. Bring that into joy, or approach that person, or bring up that memory, Bring some more joy back into this cave period as you are about to step into the light of yourself. Beautiful. Okay, let's see where this energy, let's see what to expect moving forward, and we'll just take it from there. All right, so we have bread, period of prosperity and abundance. Yes. Wealth. Nice. I'm also getting a sense of, they're saying like, don't be too frivolous though. Like, don't get lost in this this curiosity. In other words, they still want you to be responsible, so don't swing the pendulum too far. Mountain road. You are on the road to success. Beautiful. Clouds. Temporary problems. And danger, especially in money matters. Interesting. So this is the energy that I'm feeling of what to expect, is you accepting this, like this separation or this time apart or whatever this case is, and it brings in this, like I said, single, sexy, confident, this boost, this freedom, this allowance of stuff, realizing, oh, I'm glad that I didn't either sit in this for too long or make this affect me for too deeply in some degree, or got through it smoother than anticipated. But again, I feel like there's still going to be things to contend with when it comes to like possessions, equity, things needing to be given back, especially if you're married. But even if you're common law, whatever the case is, it's just a distribution of assets in some way that might be the contender of what you might have to pay attention to, and why I think they gave me that warning or that reminder of don't be too frivolous, because you don't know how this energy is really going to play out just yet. But for you right now, when it comes to your personal and spiritual growth, this is beautiful. Just be mindful of that. Amazing. Let's see your final guidance, your closing words from Spirit. Oh, nice. This 9 of fire. They're asking you to, again, this reignition, a reminder of this reignition of spirit, of your passions, of life again, of finding love again, or being excited about loving life again, about doing the things you didn't get a chance to do. About almost at the end of this particular cycle, there's a closing out, a new beginning is about to start. Trusting in the intuition, moving again from that sense of love, and blossoming into the full version of you. Oh, my beautiful collective of Pile 3, I hope that was helpful and gave you the hug you were needing, seeking, and hoping for. All my love, keep wadding your lives. Until next time, this is Lotus. Ciao.